Oh, let's draw something. All right, so everybody likes these chibi style drawings now. I guess that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a little Han Solo type guy, and of course, I'll start with the head. What other place would we start with, right? And if you want to get an idea of what I'm drawing, what Han Solo pose, we'll just type into Google Han Solo, and you'll get that standard kind of publicity shot pose of him. And what we'll do is we'll make a little chibi version, which basically just means short, and that's what we're up to for right now. I guess kind of other defining things of that style though would be kind of big eyebrows like that. That's not the eyebrow I'm going to go for though. Kind of swoop it over here like this. And of course, we are just sketching things out, so we don't want to kind of overcommit to much. Let me undo that just a bit, though. Over here. Everything could change once we begin inking this in. And as most of you know, I'm not usually an artist. I would say, not usually the guy doing drawing tutorials, but this iPad Pro is kind of going to waste. I'm using Procreate over here, so I figured, Justin, you need to practice a little bit more because maybe you could teach some of those drawing tutorials. I don't mind. I'm a little bit better with vector art, but just pure sketching, I don't know. I could probably use some work. Let's do the eye right underneath the eyebrow. Okay, so like kind of like right underneath here. Maybe do a little hint of it like so over there, but for the most part, just kind of coming right underneath. Do an eye like that. Over on this side, let's try to keep it about even. So it's like right over there. I have to zoom in a bit. And you know what? Let's go right underneath with it. Kind of right there. Something like that. Again, we can always fix it later. Just trying to get the rough look of it in here. And let's do some cool sideburns, right? That's coming down right over to there. When I was a kid, I think drawing ears used to be something I did not look forward to. Now I kind of like it. So it's really just, as long as you get these two elements in here, right? This part, and then you just put a little thing hanging down like that. Got your other lobe over there, right? So that's just another swoop. If you want, you can kind of do something like that. We'll just go straight across. And then from this little guy, just a little something like that, right? So I think that's about all it takes. Let me push this over a bit. And I think kind of the real talent behind the guys that are really good at this really comes down to inking things. A lot of folks can sketch pretty well, but not inking, coloring it in. That's where you get the pros, right? You guys can really make that stuff look good. Okay, so just some kind of swoopy hair over here. Let's go up that way. And this will give us plenty of opportunity to shade in something nice. Up and down. Let's go maybe a little bit over that way. Kind of top it off on the top. Over there. Come on down. And we'll put it back over that way. Almost a Han mullet, right? Let's kind of pull it back in a little bit. Rein it in some. Okay, now I've got this big head. Again, all of this could change later, but let's make it smaller. Of course, if this is going to be a chibi style drawing, we'll probably cut off the waist about there, do the legs about there, right? Something like that. Let's see. There we go. Something like that for the neck. Well, really, actually, probably the end of the neck is right there, but this is his shirt kind of coming down. So got something like that going on. And collar. Okay, so the I'd say shirt wise, we got, you know, kind of this thing happening right there, about cut across right there. Sorry, I'm just trying to get an idea of where everything's gonna be at. So, I mean, that's the whole point of a sketch. Get an idea of where everything's gonna be at. That's the big lesson you get, right? Okay, so we'll do, there's the rest of the vest, something like that. Okay, and then have that kind of coming up over here. And actually, if you are looking at that same source material I am, this back arm is kind of a weird arm, right? If you kind of look at what he's doing with it, just making this almost like an unnecessary fist. Let's see. Okay, so that'll go right about there. Curl this finger in like so. That kind of balled up, and then do our thumb back this way. Probably not. There we go. Yeah, something like that. I was just thinking, are we gonna show another knuckle over here? To be determined, maybe. Something like that. Okay, let's do a little neckline right there. Maybe. Okay, we're off to an okay start, I guess. And this arm coming down this way, right? Now this is one of those trickier ones because we've got, you know, a little arm in perspective. So really the clothes are going to kind of ripple up like that. I wanted to do some more clothing. Kind of right there. Let's show those pinching in. Maybe I'll move the vest over there later. Yeah, so this will kind of, this stuff's sort of ballooning up a little bit. Billowing up, maybe is the term. So you got that action. And then let's go ahead and draw the hand up here. So I'll start with this thumb. Just go ahead and drop a bit of the trigger in there so we know where that's at. This hand might seriously be big unless we shrink it down, which we can do. So anyway, we've got these fingers here. We'll just give them 4 fingers. No one will notice. They'll notice if we gave him 5. Let's put it that way. Think, wait a minute. Why does he have 5 fingers? That's not right. Okay, so we'll just connect this in right over to there. And then, of course, we got to deal with the big old gun. Let's see. Maybe something like... It's a little hard to see from that picture, but I believe he had a little side scope thing like that. Might be on the other side of it, but that's okay. And of course, let's see. We'll get all that in there a little bit better later. But he is looking short, isn't he? Now that we've kind of got those parts in there. Make that kind of get a little bit pointier over there. Okay, let's do the old Han belt. I'm running out of a little bit of space here. I'm gonna just hit that, squeeze it down a little bit. Okay, let's see. So the belt is going to go kind of down this way. That's sort of the holster right there, right? Okay, so they got this. This sort of looks like the Superman symbol, doesn't it? And do a little thing over here. Let's give him a little fanny pack thing. It feels like he's got that. What's he keeping there? That's what we want to know. Little thing off to the side. Something like that. Okay, and then this guy, it's a little hard to see from that picture, but you know, make it look like it's stitched together there. This would be kind of where he puts the gun back in. Okay, and then let's do some good old crotch lines right there. All right, something like that. Maybe. All right, now let's make this leg kind of come out like so. This one, I would imagine the foot would land about here, and then this other foot would land about there, right? So it looks like he's kind of coming forward a bit. And I think, too, I need to come back down a little bit on this. This is what we don't want to get anything wrong over here now. These are important elements. If you mess up the legs, hey, you might as well have just messed up everything. All right, so let's see. That'll be like the top of his boot. Kind of make it look like the pants are tucked in a little bit there, so beveling up a bit, or pushing up. That's that little thing connecting those together. Okay, let's go. Maybe even do a little bit there. And shading wise, we'll have some lines like that. Okay, boot one. I actually go get rid of that and that. So I want this to be kind of a nice, almost straight line down. And that's probably a bit too long. Erase that. There we go. Okay. And this will be kind of like this, if you can imagine it. And overall, that might actually be a little bit too long too. We can always fix it all later. Okay, so now you see. Kind of broke down what I was saying earlier. I wanted this to be more back here, but let's see how this looks. It's not the hardest thing in the world to fix after the fact. Okay, and then we'd kind of have the shading over here like that. All right, so if we want to resize this, first off, let me go. I want this to be a little bit more of a smoother line. All right, so I'm going to grab that tool and then just kind of go through here. And then just, might even squashed a bit. Okay, now I'm going to try to do the same thing. Just going to take all this. Just see what this looks like. Okay, I think that's a bit better. All right, then ground plane, whatever. sort of blast. This could probably, yeah, do a little bit more there. Okay, should we go with it? Should we keep this going? This little art experiment, Chibi Han. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's come back in another video and we'll begin inking this.